How about this? A Rockford area dance instructor bringing families together through faith, fun, and community this past Easter weekend.
Elise Heinrich is a student at Wisconsin Lutheran College, hosted a free Easter open house as part of her Christian Leadership Program Service project. Kids participated in activities like learning basic ballet positions, completing craft stations, and hearing an Easter story.
Heinrich says her goal was to create a space where children could learn, have fun, and feel connected during the Easter season.
I love dance. It's my favorite thing, but especially pouring into kids with dance and bringing Jesus in as part of that. There's really no greater thing to me than education about Jesus and his love as well as dance. And bringing those two things together, this is the perfect time of year because it's Easter.
Yeah, love that. Even though it's a week after Easter, doesn't matter. Really cool project too. Always like seeing what the college kids can come up with for those service projects.
Yeah, I mean, getting people together and dancing, never a bad idea whatsoever.